My boyfriend just got married. Not to me. Am I an idiot for staying in the relationship? 25 20 van, been together for 8 months. My boyfriend is in the military and absolutely hates his job, and especially having to live on base with 18-year-old idiots in a place where his boss can come find him at any hour of the day or night and tell him to do something. Having had my fair share of bad living situations, I completely understand how that one facet of your life can make such a big difference, and I know how much he wants out. The problem is, he isn't a high enough rank to live off base unless he's married. He has brought up the idea a few times before, and I always told him it upset me to think of him marrying someone else, even just on paper. Last week, he started pursuing it more intently with a coworker of mine who is Canadian and hoping to gain citizenship. We had a long talk, and I told him all of my concerns, and he told me that he was thinking about it as solely a business deal and that it wouldn't change anything between us. I still told him I really didn't want him to do it. The next day, he picks me up at work and tells me he's meeting the girl to go get married that evening. I flip. He drops me off, and it takes me a 3-hour walk to talk myself into staying in the relationship. But he showed little to no remorse about it when we talked later. Just gave a trite apology when I asked for one, and hasn't been doing anything to try to make it up to me or make me feel loved and respected. I am absolutely in love with him, and I want to be with him. I feel like we mesh so well and we're perfect for each other. He assured me that he loves me and doesn't want our relationship to be temporary, etc. He won't be living with her. He'll get his own apartment, and she'll just have her name on the lease, and that will be her official residence. They'll have a joint checking account just for paying rent and bills, etc. Honestly, I see this working out very badly, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to get away with it. All of his coworkers and bosses know me or about me, so him suddenly being married to someone else is going to be a giant red flag. Not to mention they're trying to screw with immigration laws, which is just such a ridiculously stupid idea, since any casual look into either of them will make it obvious that they're not in a relationship, haven't had communication with each other before about a week ago, and are doing this as a scam. But there's no reasoning with him about it. Am I being stupid for staying in this relationship just because I am in love? Or is that enough to make it worth staying and trying to work things out? TLDR, my military boyfriend just entered into a contract marriage for benefits and citizenship. She's Canadian. I don't know if I'm stupid for trying to convince myself to stay. Relevant comments. You like to give advice. Are you kidding? Yes, you are an idiot for staying in this relationship. For the record, what your boyfriend is doing is incredibly illegal. I believe the penalties for doing this are also much harsher for enlisted than for a civilian when he gets caught. Yeah, I know. I think he made an incredibly stupid decision. The potential consequences for both of them are incredibly high. He could get fired, which will have major negative impacts on the rest of his life trying to get jobs. She could get deported. They could both be fined ridiculously and/or go to jail. It just sucks because before this happened, everything was so wonderful with him. We're so ridiculously happy together. He just made such a stupid, irresponsible, reckless mistake. Remember Coon Valley? This is not a mistake. This is a series of decisions. Don't give him that mental out. This is deliberate and carefully chosen. It's phenomenally dumb, but it's not an accident. First of all, OP, stop talking yourself into staying with this guy. It's only been 8 months. He's showing you who he is now. And who he is a real dick. He's defrauding his government. He's going to end up dishonorably discharged and unemployable. And he obviously has no respect at all for his relationship with you or for you yourself. Love is great. Love is important. But love is not enough. I feel like we mesh so well. Then why isn't he listening to you when you tell him how uncomfortable this makes you? And we're perfect for each other. Then why is he marrying someone else? This might actually be the best guy you've ever dated, OP. This might be the healthiest, sanest, most pleasant relationship you've ever had. But it's still not good enough. It's still not what you deserve. Move on. OP. That was really hard to read. Because it is the very best relationship I've ever had. I feel more strongly about him than anyone I've ever been with. But I'm afraid you might be right. And it really, really, really sucks. Siraf 13. A number of things going on here that are both against military regulations and federal law. Adultery is forbidden in the military. Not because they care who screws who, but because of situations exactly like this. Marriages of convenience are punishable by the UCMJ. If he's caught with you after he gets married, it's all over. Immigration fraud is a federal offense. It's actually called benefit fraud. It carries a sentence of up to 5 years in prison and fines of up to $250K. Marriage fraud in general is against the UCMJ. All of that aside, why not just marry you, if he's really that intent on doing this just to get out of the barracks? Horrible still, but less illegal and considerably more believable. He doesn't seem like someone who returns your feelings as strongly as you'd hope he does. Kick him to the curb. Why not just marry up? He could, but he's not ready to be actually married. So it would still be a contractual thing, and I'm not about to do that. He actually proposed it once, then told me he felt guilty for thinking about using me that way. And has Opie spoken to the bride-to-be? Yes, she's on a student visa. I actually talked to her today to try to talk sense into her. Not to save the relationship, it's definitely clear that that's over now. But because she doesn't deserve to be deported or jailed because he's an idiot. Apparently, all she wants is permanent residency, not citizenship, just for things like access to scholarships and other opportunities that are not available to international grad students. Still, I imagine this going all kinds of wrong. Updated the next day, same post. Edit, thanks, internet strangers. I think I knew as soon as it happened that the relationship was doomed. Honestly, on Thursday when we talked about it and he was so completely resistant, I knew. But he tried to make me believe that I was the one being selfish and unreasonable and overly emotional. And because I love him, I tried to believe him. I tried to convince myself that I could excuse this, that it wasn't a big deal, that it wasn't worth breaking up over. I needed strangers to tell me that I'm not the insane one, that it's insane to think about being with a person who would do something like this. So thank you for the validation. I feel like I'm not allowed to be sad about losing the person I love just because it ended badly. 2 weeks later, I'm not looking for advice. I just feel like I need a safe place to express what I'm actually feeling. My 25F ex-boyfriend, 24M, did something so incredibly, unbelievably hurtful, thoughtless, and disrespectful, and then tried to make me feel like I was being irrational for thinking we couldn't make it work, that I had to break up with him after an 8-month relationship. May seem like nothing to many of you, but it was the longest relationship I have ever had, so it seems epic to me. Whilst his actions during this time showed me clearly that he had little to no regard for me and never truly loved me. In fact, when we were breaking up, he actually told me that it was never real. Obviously, I wasn't angry. I'm angry that I was treated that way. I'm angry that he would do that, say that. I'm angry at myself for ignoring the warning signs and staying with him as long as I did. I'm angry at her for marrying him. I'm angry with them both for going on a camping trip together with people I introduced him to, people I have to work with, less than a week after we broke up. I'm angry, but I'm also really sad. It hurts that I lost my best friend, the person I was closest to, the person I loved. It is painful to lose my companion, the person I spent at least 48 hours straight with every weekend. It's really hard to try to figure out how to be alone. Even though he never thought about it in these terms, even though it was never real, I miss being an us. I'm really heartbroken and I miss him. And that's the hardest thing about this. Because all of my friends are rallying to my side and supporting me and calling him an asshole and telling me how much better off I am without him, and that I shouldn't have a problem getting over such a thoughtless idiot. But I am, and I can't go to them with my sadness. They won't get it. They'll tell me he doesn't deserve my tears. They won't allow me to feel what I'm feeling. It confuses and angers me too, because I know it's true that I'm better off without him. I can look back in time and identify red flags. I can see actions I excused as what they really were, selfish and thoughtless. I know that I deserve better, and I don't want him back. But I'm still really sad that I lost him. This is a terrible ranting post, and I'm sorry. Thank you for giving me an outlet to express my confusing emotions and grieve for my failed relationship, for what we had, for the dreams I had of what could have been. TLDR. I'm sad over the end of a relationship that everyone expects I should be over because it ended badly, and I need space to feel my grief.